Okay. It's time to get out of Tartarus for today. Or I'm calling it. I will say, I did I did discover that I had found another piece of cosmetic equipment for Shinji. So here it is in all its glory. Figured I might as well show it off. But yeah, we're moving on. It's time. We're playing Persona 3 Reload still, if you hadn't picked up on that. I feel like the indications were strong enough. I feel like I probably shouldn't have to say it every time. But intros are hard. Alright. Anyway. There'll be a full moon tonight. A powerful shadow will appear. I should stay home today and conserve my strength. Yeah, so unfortunately, because I waited until literally the last day, which probably wasn't a great idea. No, no shopping or anything like that. We're just rolling directly into it. So, I hope you're all prepared.
It's in the Iwatodai Station Plaza.
This will be the 10th shadow. Only a few left. Let's just worry about them one at a time.
If they actually appear one at a time, we don't need two at once again.
Yukari-chan, how did you know? I sensed two of them.
You just had to say it, didn't you?
What? Seriously? Me and my big mouth.
Where's Shinji?
He notified me that he'll be joining us later. He didn't say why, though.
Figures. He's always played by his own rules.
I wonder what's going on.
I'm sure it's nothing to worry about. He said he'd join us later, right?
Well, yeah, but this is kind of important.
That's already better than a certain someone who didn't show last time.
Okay, that's not entirely fair, Yukari.
Hey, come on, that wasn't my fault. Don't worry, I'm totally ready to go this time.
I'm not sure I'd go so far as to say it wasn't his fault completely, but...
Wait. Amada-kun isn't here either. Hey, Junpei, go get him. That'll be your punishment for last time.
Punishment? What is this, kindergarten? Well, I guess it is a kid's bedtime.
All right, we've got 2 targets this time. Let's get moving. We'll decide on our team formation once we get there.
Let's go.
Okay, cool. Glad that those 2 characters that I've been using aren't around for this fight.
Look, there they are. This is the route we always take to school. We've got to protect it.
That's kind of a weird piece of dialogue, isn't it? I mean... Yeah, whatever.
It's almost like they're waiting for us.
It's not like the road is in danger. I don't know. Whatever.
By the way, where's Amada?
He wasn't in his room, so who knows?
What, that's it? Yeah, I couldn't find him. Whatever.
Shinji's late too.
We should probably hurry. I think they're about to make their move.
Then we have no choice. Let's organize a team from the members we have here. Once we're set, we'll move in.
It's really great. The game's like, here, have like 1 million party members, and then they're like just arbitrarily like, yeah, these ones just aren't around for these like big important boss fights, so I don't know, deal with it, basically. Wonder what Amada and Aragaki-san are up to. Wait, you think this is their way of saying they're leaving things in my capable hands? Dude. Unlike the previous operation, we will now be facing 2 enemies at once. I anticipate the use of coordinated attacks. Extra precautions may be necessary. I mean, we have had fights where we fought 2 of them at the same time. Multiple times, in fact, so...
Excuse me.
Koromaru-san is saying, I'm worried about our missing allies, and let's hurry. Great. Thanks, sir. I mean, the down low on that. Hey, so about Shinji. Never mind. There's no time to get distracted. You ready? Amada-kun isn't here either. I wonder what happened. Sorry, I'm ready when you are. There's no telling when they'll start to rampage. We'll take them on with our current roster. Let's begin immediately once you're ready. What is the team gonna look like? Well, I feel like I kind of want to bring Aigis in, but she is, like, really badly underleveled now, actually. So maybe we'll hold off on that until we're back into Tartarus. I don't want to be predictable, but Yukari is really good to have around, actually, because it lightens the healing load significantly. Oh, I guess I'd also just have Mitsuru on the party by default here, but I don't know if I actually want to be running her. Probably these ones. Yeah, I think this is the team. This looks good to me. Let's just get into it. Yeah, I can. Yeah, it's fine.
Yes.
Let's just do it.
Standing by to provide support. Be careful out there.
This is strength and fortune, Wheel of Fortune. Okay.
The Arcana is gone? The Strength Arcana must have done something.
This seems familiar.
There's no way to attack it now. You'll have to defeat the Strength Arcana first.
Oh wow, you literally can't even attempt to target the Fortune Shadow. Interesting. Okay, so yeah, this is one of those gimmick fights you hear about sometimes. Although it's possible the specifics of the gimmick have in fact changed, or maybe it's just not even present anymore. I don't know. Oh well, let's just not overthink things for now. Resist slash? That's kind of... Yikes. I don't know if... okay, whatever. Let's just... try some different damage types. Well, it doesn't resist wind, but that damage was a bit sad. If anything, it's possible it just resists physical generally, so... Well, let's test things. Yeah, that was pretty pitiful. And strike. Oh, maybe I should have just gone for the Torrida there. Oh, okay. Rubius Wampo. What the hell was that? Hey, did it actually just... Oh no, I guess...
What's this?
Akihiko's, Endure procced. Wow, why did that do so much damage? Attack for all allies and enemies increase. What?
That roulette. It looks like wherever it stops, it will activate a different effect.
Oh no, they changed this fight.
Red hurts and blue helps. Allies and enemies. It doesn't discriminate.
Oh, that's okay. I mean, that's probably fair. Okay, so let's have a little talk about the wheel mechanic. In the original game, it spins the wheel, and then you have to stop it, and the timing is consistent. So if you figure it out, you can get whatever effect you want pretty much every time, and the effect was strictly like positive or negative, so it would just do a bunch of damage to the enemies, or status all the enemies, or status all your teammates, or buff or debuff or heal or hurt or whatever. So you could just, I mean, it made the boss fight really, really easy if you could control where you landed every time. They've removed that. That's gone. This is now, it like basically is just throwing random effects, but the random effects apply to everyone. I mean, it makes it less abusable, I guess. It's not gonna be nearly as easy, but I guess we'll see. I don't...
Where it stops is random, and I can't predict it. But either way, be careful.
I don't hate this as a direction for this, so. Anyway, so everyone's attack just went up, right? That's not great. Also, Akihiko took a lot of damage from that lost thing for some reason. I don't really understand why.
Let's see.
Alright, so yeah. Reflect Strike, huh? That's unfortunate. Yeah, that's kind of mediocre. Yeah, let's drop this thing's attack, shall we? Big Fist. Ooh, nice dodge.
The Strength Arcana seems
Ow! Oh god damn it, we're only to win. Man, that sucked.
Thank goodness. Now it's time for a counterattack.
You think this is weak to anything? It seems kind of unlikely. I guess I have the scan, might as well check it. Yeah, alright. I mean, maybe I can just try to fish for a crit here. I do have a significantly boosted crit rate.
In this situation,
Although, there's a good chance this thing can't be knocked down, which means you won't get a one more off of it anyway.
Miss me? Can't stop me now.
Taunt shot was pretty weak. Yeah, I guess Agila is just gonna be better. We kind of wanted to bring better elemental damage here, I guess, but whatever. Let's just keep dropping this thing's attack, I guess. We'll have to adapt to whatever the wheel throws our way. Okay, so what kind of effects are we seeing? Looks like there's damage and a buff, and I don't know what that... Oh my god, ow. Yeah, okay. Maybe there's like status or something.
Both friend and foe. Can that still be called an attack?
I don't see why not, but okay. It did set damage though. That was kind of painful. It doesn't look like it's going to roll that twice in a row, so we might just be able to get away with having Yukari heal once. I don't have a lot of like really good like spec'd out single target elemental damage. I mean that's quite strong, but it would be a lot better with
I can use it now.
with flame or fire boost or whatever on Black Frost. I think I had meant to like try to like card some better skills onto it, and I just didn't get around to it basically. All right, I'll take an all party buff though.
What next?
Well, Yukari has her theurgy, but I think healing's gonna be more important here, so...
What's the plan?
Yeah, just dealing fire, like, magic damage is not really... Not really, Junpei's strong suit, but, yeah. Kinda seems like that's where we're at, so... Yeah, that wasn't too bad. Right, there's this thing again. Counter-strike, block. Okay, that was a lot less troublesome with its attack debuffed. It did in fact just wheel twice in a row. I hope it doesn't do all that damage again. Red, it means defense down for everyone. I think that's actually pretty good for us, because we had a defense...
On a possesses immense fortitude.
I defense buffed just before, didn't I? Yeah, so we can see that our... Oh, well, also we had the all buff that just went up. Okay, so it's a little inconvenient, but not too big of a deal. All right. Yeah, I think, I don't know. Bufudine, I guess this is slightly... costs more SP, but it shouldn't... Oh. Oh, right, because its defense is down, yeah, so... doing a lot of damage with that. It's pretty good. Oh, I had my theurgy. I probably should have just used it, huh? Whatever. It's always next round.
I'll give 'em hell.
I'll take care of this. Let's go.
Okay. Yeah, so Akiko is Alec boosts, so he's actually quite good at dealing damage that way. I feel like this fight isn't going to be getting all that interesting here. Like, the wheel makes weird shit happen sometimes, but overall it's doesn't seem like it's going to be that much of an impediment. And besides that, it just seems like a pretty straightforward deal more damage to the boss than you take kind of fight. So
Can't stop me now.
theurgy up.
Bring it on. Eat this.
Wow, I haven't seen this in a while, huh? I guess Junpei's been kind of out of the... Ooh.
Let's do this.
Oh, he got a crit. Wait, okay, that's interesting. The other the Fortune Shadow didn't get knocked down because it's not targetable. It's not even like an entity in the fight because this counts as all enemies being knocked down. That's really weird. Is all that better than something else I could be doing here? I guess other physical stuff that I could hit this thing with isn't great because it resists it. So, yeah. Yeah, this is probably correct to do. Yeah, okay, that was a pretty good amount of damage. This thing's attack debuff's probably gonna wear off in a sec, so let's go ahead and refresh that. Heat wave. Okay, that's fine. No problem. I just hope it doesn't do the 300 damage again here, because it doesn't look like that's an option. Alright, that's probably good. What is this? Magic strength? What? That's not a status in this game. Oh. You can see it looks like that was concentrate. Ooh. That's a little scary actually. What the hell? I mean, this is gonna do a lot of fucking damage though, so... yeah. I should probably go ahead and heal a bit here though. The strength thing, it hasn't been using, like, magic attacks really, but if it did, it could be a bit bad. Also that the Fortune Shadow has represented the like wind attacks, so Rebellion. Yeah, I think strength just uses physical, so it's not that scary for it, but this, yeah, that's a bit more of a problem. Ouch. Really have it out for Junpei, huh? Dizzy. Dude. That sucks. Probably not worth spending yeah, I could remove the Dizzy, I guess, but... I mean, we have more important things to be doing, I think. Attack's still up. Oh, Yukari does have a... Right, she still has a concentrate on. Okay, let's go ahead and I'll take care of the healing for this turn then. You know, switching to Dionysus seems like not great because I am weak to wind on that, which was a bit of a problem before. Oh, our attack went back down. That kind of sucks. Well, whatever. Whatever. It's fine. Probably want to Matara Kaja next turn if I can. Big punch. Yeah, it's okay. That's not ideal. That was why I didn't really want to be on Dionysus, but that's okay. It wasn't that much damage, really. And it does, I think, so you could intentionally bait this thing into doing the wind attack so that it doesn't wheel, which makes things more predictable. I don't know if it's necessarily good for you, but... They're not badly hurt, but considering that this fight is a bit unpredictable, let's go ahead and not take any chances. Okay. We're actually not that far away from finishing this thing off, so... Attack reverted. Wait, didn't I just... What the hell? Oh my god. Why did that do so much damage? I literally just Tarunded it, didn't I? Like 2 turns ago. Why did that happen? I'm confused. Did I really lose count that easily, or... Defense down for everyone? Yeah, okay, that's not great. Ow. Okay, so this thing's attack is a neutral, and everyone's defense just went down. Pretty bad, to be honest. Alright, let's just get Junpei up first.
Not over yet.
What next?
Heal and
That was close.
drop its attack.
Can't stop now.
Fortunately, single target Rakukaja is not really good enough. I probably have an item that can do something useful here. Yeah. Okay, Dakunda Gem is probably. I have 5 of these. Yeah, let's just throw this up right.
One step at a time.
That's okay. Yeah, targeting her with wind is fine.
Here, G. I think I can use it now.
Alright, let's see it. The buff one seems to be the one that comes out the most often, but it is kind of the best one, probably. So, not complaining about it. Wow. Titania's magic is actually really high. She doesn't, like, she's not weak to something I care about? No, okay. That's a lot of damage. I don't think I'm going to be killing it this turn, though, so let's just again take precautions. Things went a little wonky on the last round, so kind of don't want to be screwing around.
I'll take care of this.
I did drop its attack, so that arrow on its status thing is just showing that it has concentrate on.
Pretty good hit.
Okay, stupid wheels back. $300 damage. Fucking ow. Yeah, I feel like spending that DRG is gonna be good though, so let's just take one for the team here.
Thanks, dude.
Thanks.
We still got attack up. That thing's defense is down. If this doesn't kill, then we should be able to finish with the other. But I think this will do it. Yeah.
Strength has been defeated. I can detect Fortune's presence again. Your attack should land now.
Let's see.
Yeah, I mean,
Can I scan on this enemy?
sure. Let's see.
Okay,
Oh,
here's what I found.
this thing actually has weaknesses. Interesting. Oh, okay.
Kick some ass.
We are doing a lot of damage to it. Yeah, this fight's basically over, I think, at this point.
Who's gonna win this?
Huh, you know, that's a good point. Does he do more damage with this or this? Actually, this probably because Elec Boost means that this is gonna do a lot.
I've been waiting. We cannot pass this up.
Oh, he said the line, actually. I kind of skipped over that a bit, didn't I? We must have seen that before. God, this Let's Play's been going on for so long. Ooh, nice dodge.
I'll go with.
Bonk. You know what? We're just gonna do it again. Yeah, that's kind of what we're looking for.
Let's see.
Oh, what do you mean it's not dead? What? It's on 1 hit point and it broke turn order
Feeling about this roulette board.
in order to do this. Oh, it died, I guess. Wait, does that mean everyone dies? No.
Huh? Nothing's happening?
Misfire, huh? I've had enough of gambling with fate. Let's take it down.
Does that thing... So in the original fight, I remember that it would start throwing these boards at you that were like patently unfair, but it didn't like refuse to die in order to throw a special one at you. I don't think that was a thing. It kind of looked like if it hit the blue area that it would have just like full healed itself and probably us. And then we would have had to like beat it down again. Not that that took very long, so it would have been more just a deferral on this fight. But that should finish things off. I wonder if that was actually random and I just got lucky on the first try there. Alright. Easy done. Not a big deal at all.
Looks like I'm getting even stronger.
Azianga is good. Good. That's an upgrade. We will take... Whoa, it's got Madarunda coming on. That's great.
Good job, everyone.
Yay, we did it.
Oh man, it's exhausting dealing with two of them at once.
No kidding. Well,
The
actually,
two claiming to be Strega did not interfere this time.
it wasn't really that bad.
It's probably because we have their navigator. They can't outmaneuver us now. Anyway, I'm glad everything went well. Still, Aragaki-senpai never showed, huh? Amada-kun too.
The chairman doesn't seem to be too concerned. He's already headed home.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to give a fuck about anything, really.
Yamagishi, do you know where they are?
Sorry, I haven't been able to locate them yet.
Let's return to the dorm for the time being. Akihiko, are you listening?
Today is October 4th, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it says it right up there.
Go on back without me. I'm gonna go look for them.
Wait, senpai! I wonder what's up.
Akihiko.
You came, just like we agreed. Do you know why I called you here? You probably have an idea, since you skipped the operation for it. 2 years ago today, on October 4th, that was the day my mom died here. They called it a car accident, but it wasn't. I saw the whole thing. I saw my mom get killed. You murdered her! Since then, not one good thing has happened. Just being alive is torture. And all I get from people is sympathy, no matter where I go. What's the point of living like this? I've even thought about killing myself. But I wouldn't be able to face Mom like that. That's why I vowed to live until I found her killer. You! I once heard you say you wanted to forget what you did on that day. So, when I realized it was a full moon today, I knew I had to confront you. Today, Mom is with me. I'll make you remember what you did to her. I'm gonna kill you!
Do it.
Oh, okay, well...
No one else is back yet?
Ooh, we're just gonna cut away from that. There's way too much to talk about. I don't know how I'm gonna get through all of it. Let's just save it for now.
Man, I wonder why Sonata-san was acting so weird. Something about the date? What's so special about October 4th?
October 4th. That's right. I was so focused on the operation that I didn't realize it. Today is the anniversary of the day Amada's mother was killed.
She was killed?
Yamagishi, I need you to locate Aragaki and Amada immediately. There's a good chance they'll be together. Akihiko must have already realized it.
I'm on it.
What's going on?
Public records say that Amada's mother was killed in an accident, but in truth, we were the ones responsible for her death.
What?
It happened 2 years ago, when we were hunting down a shadow that appeared in the city. Aragaki had only just awakened his persona, and he lost control of it for a moment. We'd been so focused on the shadow, we hadn't accounted for any civilians in the area. Unfortunately, there was one casualty. It was Amada's mother.
No way! Are you kidding me?
Wait, so to Amada-kun, Aragaki-senpai is...
I should have considered this when Amada volunteered to join us. It's possible that he...
I found them! They're at Tatsumi Port Island! They're together. And I'm picking up someone else, too.
Is it Akihiko?
Wait, this is... No! It's Striga!
Uh-oh.
Hey, isn't that a problem?
This couldn't be worse!
Senpai! Come on, we gotta follow her! Right?
Do it. I won't stop you. You're right. I just wanted to forget. That's why I left everyone behind. And tried to use the drugs to suppress my power. But nothing I did could erase the memory. No matter what I do, I always end up back here. It's my fault. This is what I deserve. But I gotta give you a warning.
A warning?
You take my life, and you're going to end up just like me. You better be prepared for that.
What? Are you begging for your life?
Even if all you have now is hatred, one day you'll regret it.
Shut up! That's bullshit!
I must say, I agree. These are not his sins to bear. That is the nature of revenge. Is it not permissible to kill those who are themselves killers?
No. I guess maybe. What?
That's right.
What do you want?
Losing one of our own has posed a slight challenge for us. But we cannot simply turn a blind eye to all the trouble you've caused.
You bastard.
Fear not. This life is but a stepping stone. I shall deliver unto you both salvation.
What'd you say?
My, protecting your would-be murderer? Oh, but that's right. Whether or not to this boy's revenge, you are fated to die regardless.
What does he mean?
You've been taking those suppressants for some time now. You don't have much longer.
That's bullshit!
Listen to your body. The signs have already begun.
What are you talking about? They're just going to die? No matter what?
So, in this version of the game, we spent enough time with Shinjiro to the point where he basically told us this himself.
Since it's you, I guess I'll say it. I ain't gonna live much longer.
Which doesn't entirely...
Right now, but that won't last forever.
Like, he just kind of contradicted what he had said earlier, just now, but it's possible that, I guess he's doing that for Ken's sake. I don't know. It kind of muddies the water here a little bit. And this reveal... It was pretty dramatic, right? Like, it sort of made sense for it to come up now more than earlier. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure how I feel about the way that was handled here.
do anything? That's not fair! This is all I've been living for! What was even the point then?
The cause of death is hardly of importance. Besides, the breath of life is faint in you as well, child. You were planning to join him once the deed was done, were you not?
Mata. What?
This may be a bit ill-timed, but no matter. It matters not whose life I take first. You're both destined to perish anyway.
Shut the fuck up!
Man, they don't get to have too many fucks in these games, so you know, I feel like that's a good place to put one. Ooh.
No.
Now then, with what life you have left, answer me this. There is a navigator in your ranks similar to Chidori, is there not? You've been killing the shadows we wish to protect with startling efficiency before we can even arrive. Tell me, which one of you is it? If you don't expedite your answer, then this will hurt you more than it hurts me. What's wrong? Cat got your tongue? Or are you ready to talk?
There's no one.
Wait! It's me.
Really now?
It's the truth. That's the only reason they let me join, even though I'm a kid.
What are you?
Quiet. I wasn't talking to you.
It doesn't matter now. I'll never have my revenge. I don't have any reason to live. What's the point in fighting anymore?
I see. So, you accept salvation. What a beautiful end to your life. Very well. You shall go first. Rest peacefully.
Oh, this is an in-engine cutscene. Wow.
Mom.
Just what was that for? What reason could you possibly have to risk your life for this child?
Shinji!
Your companions? How very unfortunate. The fun had just begun.
Shinji! Hang in there!
Aragaki!
Senpai! Aragaki-san!
What's with the long face? Isn't this exactly what you wanted? It's all right. Hold on to that anger. Let it be your strength. You've still got your whole life ahead of you, don't you, kid? From now on, you're gonna have to live for yourself.
But I can't.
Okay. Look after him.
I will.
This is how it should be.
After many hard-fought battles, our team has suffered our first casualty. Dear friend's life has been claimed in a manner I never could have imagined. That night, no one spoke a word. And the next day... Well, I don't know if we're ready to move on to the next day quite yet. Oh, there's still a lot more to go with this, though. Let's talk at least about where we're at now. I feel like I maybe should have prepared some more thorough notes for this, because there's really, like, a lot. There's a lot to talk about, and there's actually more now than I thought that there would be, but... well, I'll get there. Let's start with the nitpicking, shall we? I feel like that would be maybe better. I have a few gripes, I suppose, with the way that scene is or has been handled. Pretty much, not specifically this version. It's something that I've always considered to be a bit of a weakness on the game's part. Partially is Shinji as a character felt like he wasn't around long enough to get attached enough to him for on that first playthrough for this moment to really strike home very well, at least to me. And, you know, I was younger and maybe even more cynical than I am now, if that's at all possible. That's one way in which Reload has handled it better than Fest did, is Shinji's around more, he has more dialogue, you can choose to spend time with him. And that gives the player more of an anchor with him, which is important if you want something like this to have the dramatic punch that you're going for. The other thing, the other major issue that I tended to have with this is Takaya. Just everything about Takaya and the way that the game's writer handled him, and just sort of Strago broadly, I think is exemplified by this scene. He coincidentally shows up at a time that just happens to be the one with the most, like, dramatic potential, even though he shouldn't necessarily have any idea where the two of them were. Then he specifically, like, is around just long enough and monologues for exactly the right length of time for us to have, you know, a dramatic sacrifice, and then leaves without trying to fight anyone else or do anything further. He also, like, in that version of the thing, very slowly walked away instead of, like, fleeing the scene. And of course, you know, all the typical cutscene death, cutscene guns things are applying here. Takaya can shoot us all he likes in combat and it's not a big deal, but as soon as we're outside of the combat system, the gun is, well, it's as deadly as a gun would be, you know. Which is, there's a bit of the having your cake and eating it there, as far as the little narrative dissonance is concerned. So there's that. But again, these criticisms are largely ones that I have with the original game, so not necessarily reflecting on Reload with that. The main negative takeaway, I think, from the scene, the way that it's structured, is it's damaging to Takaya's character in a way that he feels perfunctory. Like, he might as well just be the gun that shoots people. And it really robs him of that motivation and agency. He's just kind of there, and the writer, like, he's the gun that the writer points at his characters to shoot, and it's a bit clumsy. All that being said, as far as Ken and Shinji, and as far as the overarching narrative and theme of the game goes, this is obviously a very important scene. And for both of those characters, it's a direct exploration of their grief and their struggles with dealing with their loss and guilt, and with their raison d'etre, I guess, their will to live. And I know I've said it several times, and I still maintain it to some degree. But I don't think this game's really about suicide. Like, it kind of, but it does brush on it occasionally. I don't think it's a main theme, but it is still a present theme, and it's more present here, I think, than it is anywhere else. Particularly when it comes to Ken. Let's talk about Shinji first. We get the final full reveal on exactly what he's been beating himself up over. He lost control of his persona and accidentally killed someone. This caused him to suffer from pretty severe guilt, and he left Seas and basically has been punishing himself as a result of this. A self-inflicted exile of sorts. One thing that I never quite understood about the suppressants, they have a fatal side effect. That seems not good. They seem to have been developed by the Kouichi group as part of their experiments into shadows and personas and such. So if you're doing evil science and you don't care for the well-being of the children you're experimenting on, which they clearly didn't, then a drug that helps them with the thing that you're trying to do but kills them in 10 years or whatever isn't something that you're going to be opposed to using, I guess. But I don't quite understand why Shinji was taking them. As far as I know, he wasn't a part of those original experiments, since he joined Seas alongside Akihiko while he was in school. And Mitsuru and Akihiko never had any problems with controlling their personas. It seemed to be that that was more of an issue related to the way that the experiments had forced those awakenings on the subjects. So as for why he lost control, it's unclear. And it's also unclear as to whether he needed to take those suppressants to prevent his persona from killing him the way that it had those other subjects. Or if he was simply taking them in order to prevent himself from being able to use his persona at all as a preventative measure. That's probably the most likely scenario. Still, the order of events is a little murky on that front. But yeah, that sort of gives us the complete picture on what was going on with Shinji. Yeah, he just wasn't able to forgive himself for what he did, and he was racked with guilt and just sort of looking for a place to die, I guess. It's an interesting creative decision for where this game ends up going, to have a character that, I mean, he clearly wasn't ever looking to just throw his life away for nothing, but he was somewhat resigned to it. He had an inescapable fate, and you know, he succumbs to it, and there's not really, you know, there's no real route to a happy ending there necessarily. I mean, the death that he did get is, I guess, one that he could be satisfied with, an attempt to redeem himself, saving the child of the person that he accidentally killed. But in terms of what I would consider to be the endpoint ethos of this game, it doesn't entirely align with things. It's kind of hard to talk about without actually getting to the end of the game. So we'll put a pin on that and just remember. I mean, you know, it's pretty hard to forget this part of the game, so I don't think that's going to be a big problem. As for Ken, I mean, he was clearly under a great amount of duress. The game is obviously, we're very focused on death, and not just what it means for ourselves, but the death of those around us and the loss that inflicts on us. And the loss of Ken's mother clearly affected him severely, and especially, you know, as a kid. I mean, he's what, 11 or something, 12? What did we decide? You know, you just don't, like, this sort of thing is so hard to deal with, even as an adult. It never gets easy to lose somebody close to you, but I mean, as a kid, it just completely messes you up, and like, he's just so overcome by this grief and this rage that it impairs his judgment here. But yeah, I think it's largely, like, that part of his character is largely instructive, right? About, or not instructive, I mean, it's demonstrative about the way that we sort of internalize that loss, and or are not able to internalize it, as the case may be. Yeah, and to the point where he was considering taking his own life. I mean, it's, yeah, really extreme, but he clearly felt, you know, very isolated. So kid needed a therapist, that's what I'm trying to say. Really badly, and and he obviously didn't get one. So yeah. Okay, I sat on the screen long enough. Let's move on. There's still more to talk about, but we need to get the full scope of things here. Yesterday was a terrible tragedy. However, I must still go to school today. Is that? I don't think that's... You should probably take the day off, dude. Like, fuck. Like, really, I don't think anyone would begrudge you that. It's like come on. Oh, okay, I guess we're going to school.
No words can express the sense of loss we feel as a result of this terrible tragedy. He had a lifetime of opportunity ahead of him.
Well, we're sort of aware of the irony present in that statement, but...
As educators, we are to blame for ignoring his silent calls for help. We tragically lost him to senseless violence before we had a chance to help him realize his true potential. Forgive us. Forgive us for our negligence.
The principal continues with his eulogy. Is this a thing in Japan? They have like a funeral at the school? Like, is this... I don't know.
He just never stops talking. I'd never even heard of any Aragaki. Had you?
I heard he never came to school. Probably just some punk. I just want to get home. I gotta study for my mock exam.
Hey, you guys know who this Aragaki is? Wait, you're not even in the same year. No way you'd know him then. Anyways, it's crazy that stuff like this really happens, huh?
Oh, please stop talking to me. I just tell him to shut up. Shut your mouth.
Huh? What the hell's your problem?
Shut up.
Huh? What are you getting up for?
I said shut the hell up!
Iori, sit down.
Damn it!
Just ignore them, Junpei. Hey, have you seen Sanada-senpai today?
No.
He was absent this morning. I wonder if he'll show up at all. I hope he's okay.
Do you have a moment?
Oh, sure.
When you get back today, let's meet in the lounge. I think you all know the reason.
Right.
I don't expect you to have your thoughts in order. I'm not even sure what to do myself. All right? I'll see you then.
So it's about Amada, huh? Well, this'll be a fun meeting.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Hey. At the usual for lunch. I was wondering what ramen tastes like when you skip class. It's surprisingly good. You could have invited me at least once, you know. Come on, say something. Why do you have to be like that? Always going off without saying a word. Put yourself in my shoes for a change. You think it's the other way around? Yeah. You're right. I was always the one running off on my own. I was too obsessed with getting stronger. Ever since I lost Miki. That's all I've cared about. I thought if I was strong enough, I could protect anyone. But I was wrong. And now you're gone too. God. It's like the world is laughing at me. I knew what we were getting into. I knew we were putting our lives on the line. But I was so focused on fighting that I didn't see anything else. It doesn't matter how strong I was. Look what happened! I know, Shinji. Crying won't change anything, right? I don't need you to tell me that. In the end, I can't run away from who I am. I've had enough of this.
Resolution in Sonata's heart has awakened a new persona. Sonata's persona, Polydeuces, has given rise to Caesar. Caesar? Whatever. And he has a new theurgy. Does that mean he can still use his old one? Severe electric damage, one foe, ignores resist, high chance to shock. Okay.
Rest easy, Shinji. You just watch from there with Miki.
If I advance the text, am I gonna leave the screen? Let's just not risk it. I want to talk about this. Okay. This, I think... Well, we still have more stuff to follow up with Ken, but, like, to me, this is, like, a good place to sort of capstone off this whole event. And, like, this scene, I think, with Akihiko is one of the most important in the game. And, briefly, voice actor's credit, I think he did a good job. Obviously, the original performance was excellent, too. I don't want to, like, compare the two of them. Like, I don't feel like that's gonna be especially fruitful, but it was good. So good. Like, it's like, can't fuck this up. Like, this is really important. But to me, this scene is, it's obviously pivotal for Akihiko's character, but it represents something a lot more significant than that to the rest of the game. We've got a narrative here. It's a game, and it's like the whole thing. It's like it's about death. You need to kill some characters in order to be able to have something like this is important. And so Shinji obviously is that for this game. He's a party member, and you know, but perhaps even more than like the player's own loss of Shinji as a party member, I think Akihiko losing him is like in the way that he deals with that. Like this is really the core of the game, you know. I don't know if it's like weird to bring up or whatever. And I don't want to make this I don't want to make this about myself necessarily or get too personal with it or whatever, but my aunt died 2 days ago, and it was very sudden. And, you know, I've lost family members before, but it never really gets any easier. Losing people that you know, family members, friends dying, it's something that everyone invariably has to deal with in their life, excepting, of course, people whose own lives end tragically early. It's not something that you can ever really be prepared for. It's such a shockingly sudden, just sort of void, right, where someone used to be. And then, of course, you know, the effect that it has on other people around you as well. It's difficult, you know. It's a difficult time. It's a difficult time for you know, everyone in my family. Fiction and media have an interesting relationship with the way that we interpret the world, you know, our perspective on it. A lot of what is represented by things that we create and put out into the world is our own thoughts and feelings and ways to process trials and tribulations that we experience in our life. And they can be of help to other people as well. So one of the things that I really like about this game is that its core ideas, the tension between life and death, is something universal and ultimately fairly simple in terms of what it's trying to say and the way that it presents it, even though it's a difficult subject for many people to deal with. But that can be helpful in a way, you know? Something like this can help to untangle our thought processes and wrestle with our own grief and loss in a way, and try to find some kind of meaning in it, some sort of silver lining, as it were. Of course, there's plenty of media where characters are, you know, die, and there's untold suffering, and it's not an uncommon thing to see, but a lot of those, in a lot of cases, it's not necessarily focused on it. It's not the main concept that's being explored, right? So yeah, for something like this, I mean, there are obviously more extreme examples of that, but this game, maybe it just struck the right balance for me, or managed to tickle the right part of my brain, or it just was memorable enough that it got stuck in my head, where I kept sort of coming back to it, even when I didn't quite get it on that first playthrough. It informed a lot about how I would then go forward to try and, like, work through these thoughts and feelings. Well, I mean, we sort of veered off the course of that actual criticism of the game here a little bit. But, you know, it's my playthrough, I can do what I want. And I wanted to talk about this. I thought it was interesting, and I thought it was relevant. And I thought it'd be helpful for me as well, and I think it has been, so. As far as Akihiko's character is concerned here, Shinji's death rouses him from this almost fugue that has been in a way. And I mean, he said it as much himself. There's not... They don't leave a whole lot to subtext, they just put it in the dialogue. Or where he was driven by this obsession to become stronger in order to be able to protect the people around him after the loss of his sister. And once Shinji dies, it's apparent that that was a delusion he was holding on to, that he would be able to protect whoever he wanted. And he has realized that now. It couldn't be more obvious. It means that he needs to reassess his priorities and find some way to move forward with a renewed purpose, I guess. And it seems like he's come to that resolution very quickly, but he's obviously still being weighed down by it. And I mean, much like anybody else who loses someone that is so close to them, he never quite gets over it. I mean, we'll see more of that. But he does his best to push onward. And his persona evolves. I guess let's talk about that just a little bit. But yeah, after this, in Persona 4 and 5, they moved it so that the persona evolutions happened at the end of the party member's S-Link. So it meant that it hinged more on the player interacting with that character. Which I think is a good change for mechanical purposes. It rewards you in some way for spending a lot of time with a party member by, you know, improving them and giving them a stronger, like, persona. Like, great, that makes sense. But I think it isn't quite as good for their actual character development and the way that they all are tied into the plot of the game, and they have their own narratives that they're following. And that's something that I really like about this game, and the way that Akihiko's story is so tied into the actual plot of the game, and the same thing goes for the rest of the cast. Alright, I think that's enough pontificating.
I've still got a job to do.
As he says.
Isn't that right?
There's still a lot more of this game left to get through, so. And I think, oh wait, is it gonna roll right into this? Oh yeah, okay.
You all know the reason we're gathered here.
Let's just go ahead and we'll go until I can actually save the video game, shall we?
We need to discuss how to deal with Amada.
So we weren't there for most of that interaction. We shouldn't necessarily know all the details about what was happening there, but maybe we just inferred it. Maybe he told us himself. I don't know.
I've already consulted the chairman. I guess bring him here.
Understood. It's my fault. I knew it was strange when Aragaki-senpai told me he'd be late, but I didn't say anything.
Okay, I know this is like your thing, Fuka, but you really cannot be blaming yourself for this.
If I'd only listened to my intuition, this wouldn't have happened.
Please stop doing this to yourself.
That's right. It's not your fault. If there's anyone who should have realized, it's me.
No, that's not. Hey, we're not solving the problem here. Mitsuru, we're shifting it onto you. Just come on.
I should have been taking things more seriously too.
Like, I know we all have regrets and such, but this is not a healthy way to deal with that.
I knew this wasn't a game, but I never thought it'd end up like this.
There's no point dwelling on the past. Shinji's last words were, "This is how it should be." He was a hell of a guy. He even faced death with a smile. So, from this day forward, I'll face things head on too.
This is how it should be. Huh.
Senpai.
Reporting in. Amada-san is not in his room.
He's not?
Evidence indicates that his window has been pried open. Hamada-kun!
Oh, wait, Fuka, where are you going? Do you even know where to look?
Well, no, but we can't just let him go off on his own, right?
Don't you have magical locating people abilities? Whatever.
You're just gonna run around without a clue? You'll never find him like that.
Maybe not, but we have to try. Hamada-kun has nowhere else to go. I know exactly how that feels.
I mean, I have an idea about where he might be, actually, but...
But where do we even look?
Well, let's not worry about that.
You of all people should understand, Yukari-chan!
Fuka.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
Give him some time. Dragging him back won't change how he feels. And we can't protect him forever.
Akihiko.
It's his choice. He's the only one who can decide how to live his life. We all choose our own paths.
Yeah, but I mean, it kind of seems like he could use a little bit of support at the moment. You know, the kid's kind of been through a lot. Well, Akihiko's dealing with a lot too now, I guess. Okay, well, that's that. We'll save all this conversing for the next time. That was a lot. That was a lot of that. I mean, I knew it was coming. I was prepared for it, and honestly, I think this part turned out pretty well. I feel pretty good about it. So, I'm glad that I got here. If nothing else, seems like this is going to have a lasting effect on our team here. I'm gonna need a lot of time to work through all of this, but now that's how it goes. We'll keep on trucking. We'll be back on the next part. Back to the daily routine, just trying to pretend like everything's normal when it's really not. It's fine. We'll keep going. Gotta see things through to the end, right? Anyway, I'll see you on the next one.